So last week I did a video that started a conversation on how to set a pricing strategy. But I specifically took it and applied it to when does it make sense to have a low price strategy? That started a lot of discussions, wonderful discussions from people that felt emboldened to have a low price strategy and from people who are like, I still think a premium price strategy might be right for me. And you know what? It can be. So in today's video, I'm going to give the counter to last week's video. I'm going to take the same framework we used and apply it to when should you have a premium priced strategy. So let's start with the refresher on the framework. There are 4 aspects that you consider when you set pricing. The first is your why. The second is what the customer can bear. The third is what you need to cover your costs and have the right profits. And the fourth is what is the competition charging? Again, reminder, lowest priority item. So let's start at the top, your why. When does it make sense to charge a premium? So if you plan on doing a niche service to a niche audience, you are going to get very good at it. And when you get very good at something, you can command a higher price. So if your why is all about serving a very niche audience with a very niche offering, or about earning a lot of profits so you can donate to philanthropic activities, then it makes complete sense for you to have a premium priced offering. Also, the more dependent you are on your own delivery for services, where you can't diversify and get other people to help out, you're going to need to also consider a higher price strategy because you're going to need a bigger nest egg to help support if you need to go through a lull time. So again, if you are trying to reach a niche audience with a niche solution, then it makes more sense to do a premium price strategy. Let's talk about the second criteria, what the customers can bear. This is an important one. So I'll take my business as an example. I work with micro businesses. That means one of my clients that I work with are startups in their first couple of years, people just getting off the ground. But I work with people who are bootstrappers. They want to get off the ground affordably. They don't have a ton of funding, and they're all about getting to growth as effectively and profitably as possible with the lowest amount of debt. That's who I specialize in working with. That means I need to have really accessible, flexible, low price services, and we're going to iterate together. Now, if you are funded, venture capital funded, seed funded, all that, then you're going to have a very short amount of time to make a very big impact and a very big splash. You don't want to work with a versatile multiplayer. You want to bring in the table of experts that know exactly what they do, and they are going to get you from point A to point B and give you the best chance at success so you can use those investors' dollars wisely. In that case, you can bear a higher price for the services, whether it's marketing or branding or any other thing. Similarly, if your customer, if their life circumstances are such that they're likely in the top 1 to 2% of income holders, etc., then you can reach them with a premium price solution. So there are instances in which your customers can bear the cost, but you do have to be very conscious of the fact that the higher you price, the more you exclude customers. So if you are in the market to have a very, very low number of customers at a very high price, then a premium price strategy makes sense. And that leads us to the third criteria, which is very important in a premium price strategy, covering your costs. So in a low price strategy, you really just need to cover your costs, including your time, never forget your time as an owner, and your profits. And yes, you want a nest egg, but you're diversified, you have a lot of different options, maybe you have low debt, etc. Okay, that makes complete sense. But if you are in a position where you are doing a niche solution and you are in a premium price category, then you might be more subject to ups and downs in the economy, right? If certain markets tank and those premium priced offerings just get slid off the table, or if you're working with a niche market and that industry is hit really hard, maybe it takes you longer to land the deal. There's just a longer sales cycle. So your cost of sales is going to be higher, and you need to build a bigger nest egg to make sure that you can withstand some of these ups and downs that might be a little stronger in a premium priced model. So that means you need to build in a lot more profits when you make those assumptions and build that model. A premium priced model has to have a lot of contingency and buffer in it because there's just more room for it to go wrong. Okay, so that gets us through covering your costs. The last one is competition. And I'm going to be real here. If you're in the premium price market, competition doesn't matter. You're not selling against the competition. You are selling because you are the best at what you do. You are doing something very niche, with a very niche market very well. And so therefore, the competition is irrelevant. It's far more about the other criteria. Okay, so hopefully now with these two counter opinions, you'll be able to decide what pricing strategy makes sense for you.